Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that McConey Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McConey Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McConey Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello everybody and welcome to a special presentation here on All-Star 15 TV. It's practice night, recruitment race, whatever you want to call it, from Barber Motorsport Park in Alabama. Joining me up in the broadcast booth to give you a little more lay of the land, it's the one, the only Joe Hutchings.
Only. I mean, there are twins of me somewhere, some sort of doppelganger somewhere. But hi, AJ, and welcome to my league.
Yep. Well, league, yes. Kind of league, no. We explain to everybody how this is going to work here on Tuesday nights.
So it's going to be hosted lobbies only. So you're going to have league guys and any drop-ins want to pop in and have some fun. Pretty much every Tuesday from weeks 2 to 11 on the iRacing season schedule. We're going to have different tracks, different, what's it, what do we go with? Man, you put me on the spot for the first one. Dang it. Anyways.
Do you need to progress the session? Because it's stuck at 14.59.
No, it's doing its 1 minute countdown.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But anyways, this is strictly for people that want to sit here and drop in and have a little bit of fun and get some wheel-to-wheel racing, get some practice for endurance events or whatever iRacing hosted lobbies or leagues that anybody wants to run. This is strictly for fun and experience. And I hope everybody enjoys it. I hope the concept takes off. I hope other
I mean, it's something new, Joe.
It's
completely new. We don't see a lot of people doing it this way. It also allows more people to join if they would like to. And I know you mentioned this. I'm just throwing it out there again. This is a free hosted series event. Every Tuesday, lobby open 7:30 Eastern, qualifying at 8:30, green flag at 8:45 Eastern. I know you probably ran through all this down already, but it's free, it's fun, and we have the schedule. You guys saw it in the pre-roll. Come join us. All you have to do is search All-Star, and you'll see everybody.
Yep. Everything, the entire broadcast is paid for by all of our lovely sponsors. We got JTC Home Services, JVM Graphics, Makoni Setup Shop, of course, the lovely All-Star 15 TV. I'm missing some because
the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast, the Wrestling with Nerds podcast, the All-Star Sports Report podcast,
Fry Trucking,
the Dubby. Can't forget Dubby.
Well, Dubby's yours.
Dubby is mine.
Yes.
I was just, but you had me on a roll. I just started naming everybody.
Yep, they are rolling right now.
Joe, it's a 45-minute race. It looks like we're not going to have a pit stop unless people decide to play games tonight, which it's a practice race. We might see some games be played. Give us a little history about Barber Motorsport Park.
Well, Barber Motorsport Park is actually a it was a motorcycle facility built in Leeds, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham. It is a 17-turn high elevation change road course that will challenge even the most skilled drivers, as we saw in qualifying. There is a giant motorcycle/motorsports museum just outside of turn 9. There's lovely artwork everywhere, especially my favorite, the turn 5 spider. This track has hosted IMSA events in the past and hosts many other clubs and other motorsporting events. And I figured this was going to be a great place to start. And I love this track to death. And I call it the Road America of the South for a reason. And I'm going to tell you one last thing before I stop talking about this track. If you ever have a chance and you're in Birmingham, definitely stop by and take the walk outside the museum. Definitely worth it. And look underneath the bridge just before you get to turn 5, because there's a lovely lady hanging from the bridge. And if you're an IndyCar fan, you know about the lady.
Well, I'm excited for tonight. It's going to be fun to see how these guys get around this racetrack, kind of get a little bit of a sight of what's going to happen as the pace car dives down pit road. And for the first time in the practice season, we are green at Barber Motorsport Park. Oh, I love how those sound already.
Oh, yeah. Scott's hauling off into turn 1. Dalton right behind him. Jake Zito bringing up 3rd. You got side-by-side action with Jake and Dalton here.
Get to the first couple turns. Scott Ramler has already put up about almost a second lead on Zidao and Dalton, as Dalton's going to overcook, what is that, turn 6?
Turn 5 and 6, yeah. There comes the tricky part here because this right-hander actually has a chicane built into it. It's right here by the museum.
And this was fun. Watching the Indy cars go through this last year, it was a lot of fun. A lot of them really messing it up. We saw a lot of grass cutters in practice. Some of them found the sand trap to the outside.
Oh no, there goes Wyatt. Wyatt's off. He's wrecked.
Wyatt is wrecked. And Joe, you did mention they do get one fast repair.
Oh. Yes, sir. Jake's off in the grass too. I believe Wyatt will end up towing and getting his fast repair. Oh no, he's actually driving it off. I'll watch him if you want to keep up with the action on track.
Yeah, we're looking at Jake to see how that's going. A lot of rubber getting kicked up from practice.
We'll have to get the sweepers out next race.
But there's the battle for second. You see the 20 of Dalton Fredericks, the silver car, and the black car of Jake Zidao. As there is Wyatt Franklin entering pit road to get that car repaired after a lap 1 wreck. But up front, getting through the course, getting out of 6 on the backstretch. You see Scott Ramler.
Just the mid-stretch.
That's the mid-stretch. Oh, there's the downhill chicane. For everybody at home, why don't we do this? Where's that beautiful track map?
Perfect. Jake just got around Dalton because Dalton screwed up in the turn 8-9 complex.
Let's go back and take a look at that. There's Dalton locking up the tires. And away Jake goes.
Yep.
If this is your first time watching, hit that like button, subscribe. If you'd like to race, Discord is in the description and in the chat.
Dalton's got Jake here under braking. He's right up his bumper right now.
Oh man, watching Scott just get around this place, I knew he was trying a lot of stuff in practice to the point where I thought he was just going to overcook it all night. He's already on the back tail of Wyatt as we're going to jump on board with the number 5 of Scott Ramler. Just watch how smooth this is.
I do believe Scott has wins here in Indy cars. He was talking about when he first got on track, he went off the turn. He's like, nope, this ain't no Indy car.
As he's coming through the final couple of turns, 15 and now 16, heading down towards 17.
Jake just went off in the 12-13 complex just before the pit straight.
That sounds like Dalton might have gotten right by him again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there goes Jake. Way off. And Scott, as we were looking at him, he puts down a fast one, a 1:23.49.
Pretty impressive with a full load of fuel in his car. Now these guys won't pit, by the way. Hey AJ,
yes,
do me
sir.
a favor. Put Brandon's car on screen here for a second.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Let's show our fans. Let's show our fans. Brandon ended up picking up that FAF livery, and I absolutely praise him for that. Thank you very much, Brandon, for rocking out one of the IMSA schemes.
Very nice.
He's doing really well too. He's got the car keeping it clean.
That's all you need.
Yeah, if Jake and Dalton end up having any more incident points, they're going to end up getting penalties. Now, in this pseudo league, it's 15 points and you get a drive-through, and then if you get 30 incident points, you're out. You're done. So racing clean is very, very important. So always stay on track, and you never know what's going to happen.
Daniel, can't wait to see you on track next week when we go to Lime Rock Park. Hopefully Josh is there as well. But he's not feeling good tonight.
Get better, Josh.
But yeah, if anybody out there is looking to join the league, every Tuesday night lobby starts at 7:30 under hosted. Just search All-Star and you'll find it. It's the All-Star 15 Super Tropheo series. Next week we're at Lime Rock Park, but tonight we're at Barber Motorsport Park, and Scott is just doing Scott Ramler things. It's kind of scary on what he can do with a race car with limited practice time.
Oh yeah. So a little bit more explanation about how we're going to be doing things. So the first 20 drivers that sign up to run as league drivers, they're going to have the opportunity to run for points. And we're going to give the top 10 points. First place gets 10, second place gets 9.
Formula 1 points.
Etc. It's Formula 1 point style. And at the end of the season, which our first season is actually going to be elongated by a couple of races because of the way the iRacing seasons work out. At the end of the season, we're going to award iRacing credits to the championship points leader. We're trying to keep everything as clean as possible, so iRatings do need to be over 1,000, and you have to have at least a D license with a 4.0. You'll be allowed to get in. It's supposed to be casual, and we want to sit here and broadcast things. I've always loved the Tropheo series. It's always been one that I always watch, and I wanted to put one on for myself, and I'm finally doing it.
Yeah, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or even TikTok, because we are live on TikTok tonight. If you're looking to join, next Tuesday, 7:30 lobby goes up. And we're looking at...
Rambler is back out.
Yeah, he's almost 9 seconds out. I'm telling you, we should have had him do one lap in reverse first, and then went after everybody.
I mean, I could just throw an erroneous caution like NASCAR does.
Don't, because we'll lose like 10 plus minutes.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking. That was a joke. See? Jokes.
But also want to give a shout out to one of the sponsors that was able to make this series possible. It's JTZ Home Services. Is your local heating and service specialist serving all Southwest Montana, including Big Sky, Moonlight, Spanish Peaks, and Yellowstone Club. Give us a call or text to get your heating system looked at and serviced. From hydraulic to HVAC, just text or call 406-600-5284. Hi, Jake. Appreciate you, Jake.
Thanks, Jake. I think we need to do a crank it up.
You think so?
Oh, I think so, especially with these cars.
All right, let's do it. Let's mute out. We'll go quiet for maybe a lap or two, but we'll be back, everybody. We're back, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the sights and sounds of the All-Star 15 TV Super Tropheo series here at Barber Motorsport Park. Apparently my wife is watching us.
Oh, hi, Jess.
I don't know if she's still watching us.
Well, I still said hi.
Probably because I'm really loud and she wants me to quiet down so she can go to bed. But
Oh, dang.
Scott's up by 12.5 seconds over Dalton Fredericks. From Dalton to Jake is about 7 seconds, and from Jake to Brandon, it's about 13 seconds. And the one driver we have one lap down is the number 3 of Wyatt Franklin. Just one lap down. He just got passed by the number 20 of Dalton Fredericks. He had that lap 1 incident where he had to come down and use his only fast repair to fix the Lamborghini. But still, you know, on the racetrack, running okay. It's all a learning experience, Joe, especially with these cars. It's our first practice race, which hopefully next week we have just as many people joining. As Jake looks like he might have had an issue.
Oh, no, Jake.
Too hot.
Oh, little toasty.
Gonna cut some grass. No damage. Maybe a flat spot or two, because I know you were mentioning with the last update prior to the one we had today that they added some flat spotting of the tires. Now, how important is it for Jake to kind of cool those tires off and kind of even them out before he gets to going full send again?
Probably about a lap.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Oh, hi, Nick. Thanks for watching. Guaranteed he's watching from the back patio of my mother-in-law's house. And Dalton's trying everything to get some pound out some fast laps right now, but Scott is just taking off, and that's the beauty of this, is that there's so many different skill levels. Like, we had a couple of guys jump in during practice, and they just smoked Scott. So, you know, you never know what you're going to get from race to race. You could be a league driver and have one really, really good race, and then the next race could be a track that a couple of guys want to jump in on and, you know, take a shot at our league drivers and smoke them.
And
So,
we welcome that.
never know.
We 100% want that. If you want to just show up for a race or two or whenever you can, perfect. We want you here.
Yep. It is encouraged to come smoke these guys.
Well, Nick, get your rig up and let's go. Come on, come on. Joe helped you move. You're where you need to be. Let's go, huh?
I'm glad somebody else is telling them.
Hop to.
Man, Scott's in his own zip code right now.
Scott is so far gone. I think he's going to start running laps for next week.
He's driving out to Lime Rock right now. He's just going to get in the car. He's just going to keep driving. Stop at a couple Buc-ee's on the way, you know.
Well, the thing is, when we go to Lime Rock next week, I'll actually be able to sleep in my own bed on a travel night.
See, I'm lucky. Barber's, 3.5 hours from here? Well, if I'm driving, it's 3.5 hours. As long as we're not driving anything, the aerodynamics of a brick. Done that twice. Sense the sarcasm in that one.
I love how he calls your mother mom too.
Well,
Or your mother. Is it your no? Is it your mother or
is
mother-in-law?
my hi Penny, and yes, it is my mother-in-law. She's awesome. Honey Hill Farms, by the way. She is one of the Sport Phantom Racing sponsors, actually.
Going back to check on Dalton, last time by with 1 minute 25:52. Over two and a half seconds difference between him and Scott Rambler.
Good load.
And that's Dalton. And then from Dalton to Jake, as we were talking before, it's 18 and a half. And Jake with a couple good laps in a row.
You know who we haven't seen in a while? Where's Brandon?
Brandon
Yeah,
is
how's
sitting
Brandon
about
doing?
48 seconds back from Scott. Has 2 incident points throughout the first 12 and a half laps, roughly almost 15 minutes. Currently sitting in that 4th position, up 1 spot from where he started. So he's keeping it clean, being very smart on the racetrack.
Again, we have that 30 incident limit cap. So I mean, you get bounced off the track or whatever. Somebody hits you, have a collision. That's 4x. I think we're being fairly generous with the dishing out the penalties thing. You know.
Absolutely. Which you kind of have to be being in a hosted lobby.
Right, and we're trying to keep it as close to iRacing rules as possible when it comes to road racing. So then you guys, have the opportunity to, make mistakes here, right? Not in a high stakes race or whatever, unless you're running for the championship. Then, you end up pulling a Scott Dixon at Indianapolis or something. Yeah, I went there. I love that path, that fast scheme. Gotta have the plaid. I need to do a plaid scheme.
Looks like Wyatt has gone off track again, Joe. Not too far, but it seems to always be around the same spots.
This complex coming up into the 14, 15, 16 turns, it's nasty. And I don't care what car you're in, it is straight up torture, right? There's a couple of spots it goes off camber. There's it's uphill too. It's kind of a mid-Ohio-esque feel to it. And it's tricky. I mean, this was designed as a motorcycle track. It was not designed for cars. And now we're racing cars on it. So it makes things interesting, especially with a big GT3 car. And if you think about it too, these are way heavier than like a prototype or an Indy car that you IndyCar actually runs here. So let's keep it to that. Those Indy cars are a lot more nimble, lighter, and have way more downforce. This is a wedge with a wing. You tell me what's going to stick to the track. Oh, there goes Wyatt again.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, he's just taking that the Reef Panda for a drifting lesson.
Well,
it's okay.
I know you heard this before the race. Some of these guys didn't even have the track beforehand. So even during the race, these are the first handful of laps for some of these drivers.
Oh yeah. And I wanted to pick a neutral site, something that wasn't going to be part of the season, so nobody can kind of get an upper hand. I mean, guys are going to be able to practice on their own, but I wanted something that was going to be entertaining. And again, saying that I consider this the Road America of the South, I would I had to have it. It didn't make the schedule. Oops, sorry, but we have some really interesting tracks on the schedule. If we got a chance to talk about it, if you want.
Yeah, Joe, I'll bring up the graphic and let you chat about it. Just give me a. Yeah, cause I'm very excited for the season. It's been a while since I've done road course racing on the channel, Joe. But there it is. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen is you have Scott Ramler in the background just putting qualifying laps on. 20 minutes into the race still. But to start out the season at Bathurst, right around the corner from the Bathurst official race, I think that's pretty smart booking, if you say so.
Well, there's actually a couple of these races that kind of line up with the iRacing schedule. It was done on purpose. Again, it's get out, have fun, get some experience running door to door with people on a road course. There's a lot of people that we have seen in lobbies over the last few years that just have zero racing IQ. This is to raise your racing IQ. So we go from Bathurst right to Laguna Seca. We're actually running the Homestead road course, but it's the B course. So we're going to have the turns 3 and 4 of the oval on the, included with the road course. So it's going to be high-speed fun going into turn 1. Had a couple of guys practicing it. Actually, thank you, Brandon, for testing that out for us. And it was entertaining going into 1. And it's going to be real fun to watch all these guys hauling the mail off into 1 on a restart, or or just having a gaggle of them together because of the draft. We're going to Sebring, which is in line with the Sebring 12-hour race on iRacing. We're going to Coda West. We're going to cut the track down a little bit so we can have a little bit more action. Kind of keep the guys tied up a little bit. Chicago Street Course. I know it's not a favorite of most, but Chicago I hold near and dear to my heart because I'm from there, and it's always fun to watch racing on a street course. Obviously, we're going to Daytona. That's going to be April 15th. So just before, no, it is tax day. So if you don't make it, if you don't want to file your taxes, come race Daytona. Road America is going to line up with the Road America 500, which is the historic IMSA race that iRacing likes to put on. We're going to go to Watkins Glen right after that. Road Atlanta is in there. We're going to run the Indianapolis road course ahead of the Indianapolis 500. Why not, right? Indy, month of May, got to do it. And then just because, as TJ would say, hashtag chaos, we're going to the Nürburgring.
Wyatt just died again.
Oh, no.
Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, that's some damage. This is when you need the soundboard. That's a lot of damage.
And then Brandon makes a pass on Jake.
Way to go, Brandon. Good pass. Nice and clean. So back to what I was saying. We're going to finish out the Nürburgring at the full 24 circuit. So you're going to include the grand section of the Grand Prix and all of the Nordschleife.
Which is funny, except means we'll probably only have like 4 or 5 laps.
It's going to be 4 laps, and it's going to be fun to try to keep up with it.
Scott's going to be done with the race and just, all right, where is everybody?
I think it'll be entertaining. Again, this is season 1, so we're experimenting. I do not plan on going anywhere. This is my spot now in All-Star 15 TV. Thanks.
Oh, there's more spiders. I thought there was just that one spider.
There's a bunch of artwork around. Barbara, iRacing just hasn't done a rescan in a while. There's bridges missing. There's in between turn 5 and 6, there is a lookout post. I know this because my wife and I, a couple of years ago, actually walked out there, and I was almost dead because of the elevation change. Yes, that hill that you see. Yeah, the hill that you see from the museum. You walk up that, and it's not fun. And Old Fat Joe, no, that is called physical.
Jake gets around Brandon once again. Here it is on the racetrack to the inside, coming down towards the little chicane.
Is this the 10-11 section?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, this is 8-9, right by the museum. I don't know the names of the corners. There are names of the corners. I don't know them.
But with Jake on the outside, he had to throw it into the corner, hoping that it would stick, because you knew Brandon, as the race is already looking at just under 17 minutes to go. It's getting to crunch time. They're only looking at maybe another 6-7 laps tops. But for the first time this evening, as we're completely spread apart from each other, we'll keep it viewed on right here. If anything big happens, we'll bring it right back. We're going to send it to our sponsors here on the channel.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but is it enough? It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Alright, everybody, we are back. That battle's still brewing with Jake Zito and Brandon Storr. It is a absolute barn burner going to the back half of this racetrack. It looks like, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, is Brandon is really good on the second half of the track, while Jake makes it up all the way to where you get to about the museum.
Yep, this is going to be a showdown of who's got tire left, and who burned off more fuel too, because we set this up that they didn't have to pit stop, so you don't have to get fresh tires, and it's gonna be entertaining coming into the let's see, we're under 10 minutes to go.
12:35. So
okay,
we're getting there.
Yep, we're getting close. Looks like Jake is starting to pull a little bit of a lead on Brandon. And what I mean by a little, it's a lot.
It's a lot of.
And now and now they're gonna have to contend with a wild Scott Rambler too.
Telling you, we should have forced Scott to pit. Yeah, black flag. I'm kidding.
I mean,
there's a big enough gap where he can come down pit road, grab tires, grab fuel if he wants to, and still come out ahead of everybody.
For $50, I'll disqualify Scott. Oh no! Brandon's spinning right in front of the leader. Oh, he's...
I don't think he hit anything, so that's good.
Nope, it does not look like it.
On board with Brandon here. I think it's just the off-camber curbing, not curbing, but off-camber turn, and just trying to.
Scott just ate it. Scott just wrecked. Turn 1. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, he was trying to get by Jake. Ooh, big contact.
Ooh, big contact. He's got a big enough lead. He can go get that fast repair.
I think he's still good, though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of right rear damage, Joe.
Oh, you still got that fast repair to bank on. Oh, no. See, anything could happen. There's a lot of debris on the track, so trying to get offline is
Dalton just had an issue.
It's gonna be hard.
Oh man, Dalton come through the last couple turns on the racetrack, same spot. Turn 14 and 15 as Dalton looks like he was thinking about coming the pit road, and then cuts back it on into the racetrack.
Oh no, he was trying not to run off the track. Oh no, Scott's off again.
Telling you, that car is broken. Scott needs to get to pit road before it becomes too bad for him.
Oh yeah. He's getting it back on track.
He's got about a minute gap to Dalton Fredericks as, yes, he is coming to pit road. Now, Joe, you weren't kidding with how many issue spots we have here on the racetrack. You're looking, anywhere from the carousel with turn 1, 2, and 3, the downhill right by the Barber Museum, 8, 9, and we just had Scott have the issue with the chicane at 11, and then the back half with 14, 15, 16, and 17 coming back to the start-finish line. That's exactly where we've seen all those issues as Scott Rambler has hit that pit stop. And he's still got a very healthy lead over Dalton Fredericks.
There's this track is very challenging, and I know from the few IndyCar races that I've raced here myself, it has it likes to rear its ugly head when it starts getting warmer, and it looking like it 90-degree track temp right now, and with all the debris on the track, it's got to be ice out there for these guys.
But that's, as a race car driver, and as Joe, kind of like how you want it to be, you want these drivers over the 45 minutes, you have to adapt to race conditions.
That's the whole premise, we get back to what I was saying before. Racing IQ. This is all about getting the experience on track and not having to worry about bumping off each other and getting back to having fun. And of course, this is just a practice too, so I hope everybody down in that voice channel is laughing and having a fun time. That's all I ask.
I would think so. I would hope so. But you gotta understand the people we have on the racetrack. While they could be having fun, Joe, they're also stupid competitive. I think the only one that might be having the most fun is probably Brandon, because I think he's just out there on a Sunday drive. Like, oh, I just passed him. And I'm saying that because of what happened during the Daytona 24. 16 incident points throughout a 24-hour race. That's amazing.
And Brandon was part of a team with a couple of his friends. I won't name them out. I'll let Brandon do that if he likes. But shout out to those guys very much, because I'm pretty sure they're watching. They were part of a group where GT3 effort in the McLaren for Hush Sport Phantom Racing, and they ended up finishing second by keeping the nose clean and being consistent. And that's what endurance racing is all about. These sprint races are a little bit more chaotic, but eventually, maybe we'll sit here and throw an endurance race in too, but not right now. But yeah, congrats to those guys too on that Daytona effort.
Now, for anybody new to All-Star 15 TV, every Tuesday, as we showed earlier with the schedule, you'll have the All-Star 15 TV Super Tropheo series right here on the channel. Lobby goes up 7:30, qualifying at 8:30, race starts at 8:45. All races are broadcasted right here on the channel, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok until they take that away. But they're under-hosted. It's free. Anybody can join. You just need to have the content and get ready to have some fun. If you guys want to join the Discord, I put it in the chats. They'll show up a little bit later after the broadcast, but if you're not watching now. But yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, follow. It's going to be a very fun race. Next week, we go all the way up to the Northeast, my home state, Connecticut, for Lime Rock Park. We're going to take these Lamborghinis and run around, I think, the classic configuration of that racetrack, Joe, if I'm correct.
The one that you're going to get airborne with if you're not careful. And anybody watching has ever raced at the classic version of Lime Rock, they know what I am talking about. I don't care what car you're in. I've gotten the skippies to jump.
And we hope to see you guys there. If you want to join, have some fun. Lobby opens 7:30 next Tuesday. It's simple. Just search All-Star and you'll see it. Ryan in the chat says, "This is fun to watch!" exclamation point. And he goes, "They are," meaning they are laughing and having a great time down there, as we're under 5 minutes, just about to be under 4 minutes. You have Dalton with a 14-second lead over Jake Zidow, and Jake about 5 seconds over Brandon Storr.
And Scott Ramler, who has said adios amigos. I'm pretty sure he didn't say it, but I'm just,
Well, he was so far ahead that he was able to wreck the Lamborghini multiple times, get to pit road, take the faster pair, probably put on new tires, to be honest with you, as well, and just set sail again to about a 35-second lead over Dalton Fredericks.
Where is Dalton right now? Where is he on the...
Dalton's
there he is.
about to cross the start-finish line.
Huh. Look at that pretty paint scheme. I'm pretty sure that's the scheme that he's going to be running in the league too. And if you notice on the car, he does have our contingency sponsor sets. So if you become a league driver we will send you over the template. It's got the All-Star 15 TV Super Tropheo Series logos all over it. And it's also in bright yellow so that we can see who you are and we can get you scored up with points. All you got to do is sign up. There's a sign-up sheet right in the Discord under Season 1 sign-up. It will notify me when you sign up. And as soon as you fill out that form, I will get you out the template either through Discord or I can email it to you depending on which you prefer. Anyways, if you are a league driver, you will have to run that contingency set because that is how we are scoring points. So come on out, have some fun, and earn yourself some iRacing dollars. Get yourself some content. And for what I've heard so far, if you're in the higher content range or the higher discount range, you should be able to get about 2 pieces of content for what we're about to hand out at the end of Season 1.
Nice. 2 minutes remaining left in the race. Scott should be getting the white flag next time by. And for the most part, outside of that one lap, Rambler has been absolutely flawless. But when he made the mistake, he made one heck of a mistake, requiring a pit stop to get it fixed. And he put that lead that was back down to about 30 seconds back up to 41 plus.
Yeah, I think Dalton's just kind of riding at this point. Everybody's just kind of riding now. These guys practiced for an hour before, and I thank these guys for showing up and helping out, put on a practice for the league. We got one more coming up, and we got the start here soon.
Oh, it looks like we didn't get the one to go that time by.
Ooh, Wyatt's off and back on. He's all good. He just put 2 off.
He's got Brandon right behind him.
I think Brandon's on 3 laps ahead.
Yeah, will be if he makes the pass. Coming down to my favorite portion of the racetrack.
That 8-9 complex? You should try it in an IndyCar.
I watched it and it looked terrifying.
Oh,
it looks like they're airborne for the most part every single lap.
Show up for the Gulf Coast IndyCar series, which we are going to be doing practice races starting Saturday night. You're gonna see some serious stuff at this place. I think Barber's on the schedule. I'll have to check that. I'll have more information about that for the next race. Yes, we have 2 leagues.
And there it is. Checkered flag for Scott Rambler.
Way to go, Scott. Good job, guys.
And now we wait about a half a lap for Dalton. Dalton now going through up the hill towards 14, 15, and then 16. Big following by as well as Dalton through 17 onto the front stretch, taking that checkered flag for P2. Here comes
job,
Jake
Dalton.
through 17.
Good job, Jake.
And Brandon and Wyatt having a little fun in the back of the pack.
Oh, dang.
Oh, Brandon did it.
Oh,
again.
no. Brandon. Same spot, too. Hey, he's just... he was pirouetting.
He was having fun.
You need to jump to Scott, please.
You doing the backwards victory lap again?
He is doing the backwards victory lap.
What do you mean? He's going the right way.
Yeah, according to your screen.
According to the
Not mine. Yeah, there you go. That is his signature victory celebration there. It must be nice to have a really good VR.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Almost went off the track.
Someone really needs to paint him a car.
For the practice race, Scott Ramler with the win, Dalton Fredericks in second, Jake Zedau in third, Brandon Stort in fourth, Wyatt Franklin in fifth. We were able to get 32 laps in. It's actually more than I was expecting.
Yeah, that was about right. Well, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Very excited to see as he blows the motor. Very excited to see what we have next week at Lime Rock Park. Do you know anybody that wants to join, or even yourself wants to join? Next Tuesday, 7:30, hosted Search All-Star. We'll see you there, everybody. Joe, great job, pal. Any final thoughts?
I think we got a winner. We just need drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. This was fun, pal.
Yep.
Take care, everybody.
I'm gonna love it. Deuces.